All right, Shalom Boys here. Well, out and about in this beautiful day. I mean, I think this has to be one of the beautifulest drives in terms of scenery I've ever done. But anyway, I'm driving, and it got me to thinking about car maintenance and the fact that car prices are going up. Brand new prices are going up. I think it's something like 38%, 40%. And just the other day, something came across my Facebook Marketplace because I'm on Facebook Marketplace a lot. That's where I get most, if not all, of my stuff in terms of sourcing materials secondhand. But on it popped up a Ford F-250 diesel. Had about 9,000 miles on it, but was going for $104,000. And I said, man, because that's the next truck that I would get. I have an F-150 now, and I'm telling you, man, that thing is doubled in price. I can go ahead and sell it for double what I paid for it, and it's paid off. It's amazing how, all this inflation is hitting us. And it's clear as day. But people refuse to act. But, I was just looking at car prices. $104,000 for an F-250 diesel. I mean, that's, I guess that's my, if you want to call it, dream car. I'd like to have it, but hey, my pockets ain't that deep to be paying $104,000 for something that was worth half that amount, if not less, a year or two ago. That is ridiculous. But what do? I maintain my cars, and I keep them as well, making sure, they're paid off so that, I don't have to pay the high insurance, as well as the fact that I ain't got to worry about somebody coming taking the car if I miss the payments. But, what I do to maintain my truck is I ensure that the oil changes are done on time. I ensure that the brake pads are good. I ensure that the tires are good. I ensure that my fluids are topped off. I ensure that I do it myself, that I can make sure that I change out my spark plugs, rear differential oil change out. These things are critical. Because I think my truck only has like 100,000 miles on it, so that's just breaking it in. So I know I can get a long life out of that. I know I can get at least another 150,000 miles off that bad boy. And it's going to be a couple of years based on my current rate of driving. But if I have to do just a regular run outside of a haul run, I go ahead and rent. We got so much, we get so many discounts with Enterprise because hey man, if it's like 3, 4, 5 hours out, it's cheaper to rent a car with gas than it is to fill up my own tank with gas and put the miles on it. So why do that? You could go ahead and rent, and you ain't got to worry about anything happening. Or if I got to haul something, then I have the ability to haul it. I got my trailer, and all things are good. And I maintain the truck. One time I was driving, and I did a video on it, and my fuel pump went out. And thank God this wasn't around, this shutdown time when it comes to parts. But I was able to get the fuel pump changed out, and so I'm good there. But I had to, fork out about $1,400 to get that fuel pump done on the road. But it was necessary. It was going to break. So, I thank y'all that I had the ability to fix it or to have somebody else fix it because I don't know how to change out a fuel pump. Or at least I haven't invested the time and energy in learning how to change out a fuel pump. And especially if you're on the road, you got to have somebody else do it for you. But these prices, man, wow. That's why it's so important to maintain your own vehicle. Make sure that it is kept in tip-top condition because man, you know what I mean? You just look at these prices, $104,000 for F-250 diesel. Man, I see this nice one that I always see parked out of the lawn and garden shop. I was like, man, I got to have one of them one day. Not only is it a good, reliable, sturdy truck, you can haul a whole lot more with it. And you can make more money off of it as a direct result of it being a 250, being able to haul more tonnage, as well as, the diesel. It's a good, reliable engine. But, hey, a lot of people are not going to be able to afford to just, I think they're just pricing everybody out of the market, whether it comes to food, being able to heat your home, people hurting there. Like I said, out in Mayfield, people going cold. They have intermittent heat because they have to buy propane and they got to buy kerosene, and that stuff is expensive to heat a home. And so there's people that stood out there, even though the tornado is gone, the devastation and the hurt continues on because of these basic issues that people are having. Imagine, not being able to stay warm at night. We take this stuff for granted, but there's people that are experiencing this stuff, in this day and age that we're living in. But, hey, maintain what you got. Be a good steward of what Yah's giving you. He'll give you the increase, but you got to maintain what He's put in your hands. Don't be a slothful servant. If He gave you something, work on getting the increase. Don't be lazy, because some of the laziest people that I know, that I've come across, some of the most ungrateful people that I've ever come across, is people that can't support themselves. I mean, just simply put, cannot produce for themselves and need others to provide for them. It's a shame. It really is a shame. But when you learn how to get out there and toil and get after it and make it happen off the sweat of your own brow, like I said, too many people don't want to work. It's not that they can't work, it's that they don't want to work. Lazy and expect somebody to give them something. An entitlement mentality. But back to the car prices. Get off on a tangent. Definitely. Don't even try and put high miles on your truck or your car or anything. Go ahead. What I do is I go ahead and I rent. It's just it comes out to about $35 a day with my discounts. You get all types of rewards points, just like credit. The more and more you use them, the more and more rewards they give you, and the cheaper and cheaper their service becomes, because you're constantly using their service. And, this is a perfect example of, it's cheaper. You can put the miles on a car. You got to worry about getting broke down or nothing. They'll pay for everything. It's just a beautiful thing. And I guess prices have not increased in such a way that, it's become not affordable. But, do whatever you can to maintain what you got, as well as give as little wear and tear as possible, because in spite of inflation, a vehicle is a depreciating asset. Every year, every time you drive it, especially if you're not maintaining it properly, it decreases and decreases and decreases. What's going to happen is that people who don't know how to maintain their vehicles, they're going to be out of vehicles because they're not going to be able to maintain them. And then they're going to have to buy another vehicle, and then they get in the debt trap again because they can't afford to purchase a vehicle straight out. It's a vicious cycle, but if you are diligent, you don't have to go through that pain. All right, stay blessed.